What's up, guys? It's V Renee. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Yes, I am still in the same exact outfit and makeup as I was in last week's video. That's because I'm just filming the intro to this video right now. This video is going to be structured a little bit differently. I am, no surprise to anybody, a horror movie junkie. Every Halloween time, which for me is like mid-August, I start watching a horror movie marathon to get into the Halloween spirit. I had 89 movies on my list to watch this year, and I'm not all the way through because I'm filming this at the end of September, beginning of October. I have time. But I wanted to do this video a little bit differently because today I'm going to be talking about my top 10 all-time favorite horror movies. So without further ado, let's jump in. By the way, I'm essentially rating these on plot, scariness, atmosphere, and overall score out of 10, so let's do it! Number 10, Invasion of the Body Snatchers. This 1978 remake is considered one of the best science fiction movies of all time. Paranoia runs rampant as people begin to notice their friends and loved ones are acting cold, distant, unlike themselves. Eventually, the struggle for the truth about what's going on becomes the struggle to maintain their humanity without being found out. Plot, 9 out of 10. Doppelgangers, losing control of myself, and terrible things happening to me as I sleep? No thank you. Scares, it's not really a scary movie, but the ending makes it a 6 out of 10, without a doubt. Atmosphere, oppressive, confusing, and baby Jeff Goldblum is in peril, so 7 out of 10 on that alone. Overall, 8 out of 10. It's aged really well. Again, it's not so much a horror movie, but it is still 100% worth a watch if you haven't seen it. Number 9, Hush. This 2016 Netflix vehicle penned by Mike Flanagan and his partner and muse Kate Siegel follows deaf-mute author Maddie Young being stalked by a murderer in an isolated cabin as she fights to survive. Plot, 10 out of 10. Every author needs to watch this. She is so relatable. She uses the tools we use to write in order to survive. Scares, 8 out of 10. More dread and fear of what's going to happen than actual scares. But the roof scene, I still freak out every single time. Atmosphere, 7 out of 10. The entire movie takes place in or around the single house, which in and of itself doesn't pose much of a threat. All the atmospheric work comes from Kate Siegel. Overall, 9 out of 10. I've seen this movie a million times and I still go, oh shit, girl, don't do it, don't do it. So Mike and Kate are an unstoppable team. Number 8, we have a tie, ladies and gentlemen. Silence of the Lambs and Seven. Before this year, I would have put Silence in a category all on its own. However, before this year, I had never seen Seven. Plot can be considered similar. I give them both a 10 out of 10. They are crime thrillers in which A, a cannibal psychiatrist helps a fledgling FBI agent solve a serial killer case, and B, a country cop who joins a withered NYC detective to solve a murder, which spirals into a spree of deadly sin-themed slayings. Scares, neither are super scary. There is a part in each movie where I jumped, but that's not quite the point of these movies, so you can't really blame them for that. I do give them a 4 out of 10 and a 5 out of 10. Atmosphere, both of these are dreadful. Paranoid, tense, tightly paced, brutal. 10 out of 10 for atmosphere. Overall, Silence of the Lambs, I've said it before, it is a perfect movie to me. I never get sick of it. Seven is quickly becoming one of my all-time favorite movies as well. I have to give them both 10 out of 10 overall. But they're not scary enough to be my favorite horror movies of all time. I just have to give them a shout out on this list. Number 7, A Nightmare on Elm Street. Wes Craven is my father. I don't make the rules. The fact that this incredible villain is put in the same category as weak-ass, boring-ass Jason Voorhees is so insulting, but I digress. Plot, 8 out of 10. Nancy and her friends are haunted by nightmares of a burnt man with knives for hands until they start popping up dead. Then it's up to Nancy to find and fight the man they call Freddy Krueger. Scares, 9 out of 10. Glenn's bed scene, Nancy's close call in the bathtub, I'm your boyfriend now? Yeesh. Atmosphere, campy, delicious 80s horror, 10 out of 10. That is what I like. Overall, 8 out of 10. Absolute classic. Cannot get a better final girl. Cannot get a better scare to plot ratio. And cannot get a better director. Number 6, Hereditary. Ah, yes, the ever-divisive 2018 debut from Ari Aster. Let's fight about it. Plot, 8 out of 10. Following multiple deaths in Annie's family, her relationships with the surviving members begin to unravel, and so does her mental state. The audience is left to wonder if we are going insane along with Annie, or if the incredible things she's witnessing are true. Well, until the batshit final act. Scares, 10 out of 10 for the cinematography alone. I had trouble sleeping after the first time I watched Hereditary, and I am now so scared of Toni Collette. Atmosphere, 10 out of 10. Set against the backdrop of the lush green mountains, but full of rot and pain and darkness, the juxtaposition is unsettling, to say the least. Overall, 9 out of 10. Number 5, Trick or Treat, the 2007 cult classic that defines the season for me. Plot. 5 interwoven stories occurring on Halloween night show us what happens when you don't respect the traditions of the holiday. 10 out of 10. Scares, 9 out of 10. The kid's story alone gives me the heebie-jeebies, but that's the only one that I really find terrifying. Atmosphere, 11 out of 10. This movie defines Halloween for me. It's all falling leaves and jack-o'-lanterns and candy and costumes, and it is delicious. They did a house at Halloween Horror Nights, I want to say last year or the year before, and I could not get over how perfect it was and how much it just encapsulated the entire feeling of Halloween going through that movie at Halloween Horror Nights. Overall, this is the quintessential Halloween season movie for me that involves horror. 10 out of 10. Number 4, Scream. Wes Craven equals my dad. We already discussed this. Here's the fun story with me and Scream. I was scarred as a child by this movie. My aunt showed me Scream when I was actually 5 or 6, and the ghost face mask freaked me the fuck out. This was exacerbated by the fact that my dad, who owned a ghost face costume, used to hide in my closet wearing it when I was not even 8 years old. Needless to say, that is why I have anxiety issues. I also used to have serious nightmares starring Ghostface and was pretty much unable to watch this movie until 2015. And oh, what I missed out on. Plot, 10 out of 10. This 1996 satire of the slasher genre follows Sidney Prescott, who was hunted by a masked killer. Scares, 9 out of 10. Drew Barrymore's opening scene is the absolute end-all be-all for slasher cold opens. Atmosphere, 8 out of 10. Slick, glossy 90s gorgeousness complete with 2 red blood and 2 beautiful teens and 2 perfect backgrounds. Wes Craven has a style that cannot be denied. Overall, 9 out of 10. Cannot get enough of Scream. Number 3, The Witch, or The Vavitch, or The Vivi-itch. I love movies that other people hate, and this 2015 A24 produced slow burn is no exception. Plot, 8 out of 10. A family is exiled from their Puritan New England settlement and set up camp on the edge of an unexplored wood as their children begin to change and disappear. The family is overcome with paranoia and distrust as they struggle to survive. Scares, 7 out of 10. There aren't many actual scares in this movie. What there is shock. I constantly find myself watching with my mouth agape. How could this happen? How is this family going to recover? Is something supernatural going on or not? A review featured in advertising says watching this film feels as though we are watching something not meant to be seen. Too personal, too intimate, too uncomfortable. I have to agree. Atmosphere, 8 out of 10. Oppressive despite its wide meadow vistas. Dark despite taking place largely in the daytime. Drenched in beige and dread. Overall, I cannot explain why I love this movie so much. You have to watch it with captions due to the old English dialect. It's all very quiet and muted, very different from the highly stylized movies I usually love, and yet it is one of my all-time favorite movies, period. 10 out of 10. Number 2, Get Out. Jordan fucking Peele is a genius. I am obsessed with him. I've been obsessed with him since Mad TV, and most recently, Us was the movie that I went to the movie theater for when I haven't been to a movie theater in 2 years. But Get Out started my love affair with his newfound horror career. Plot, 10 out of 10. Chris Washington goes with his white girlfriend Rose Armitage to her parents' house where nothing is as it seems. Anything more is a spoiler. Scares, 9 out of 10. The tiny door, Wilbur running, the auction, where are the keys, Rose? I'm upset most of the runtime. While I find his follow-up Us more traditionally scary, this movie is more realistically scary. Yes, I said realistic. If you think rich white people ain't doing the shit the Armitages were doing, you clearly don't go down as many conspiracy theory rabbit holes as I do. Atmosphere, 10 out of 10. Claustrophobic mindfuckery. Overall, 10 out of 10. What a knockout debut for Peele. What a fantastic movie full of perfect performances. I love Get Out. Because I can never do anything the way I say I'm going to do it, I want to mention some honorable mentions. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The first one being Us. Us single-handedly ruined Scissors, Rabbits, and the song I Got 5 on it, for me, forever. I think about this movie constantly. Again, this year I went to Halloween Horror Nights. They had an Us house. It was fantastic. The next one, Grave Encounters. While I will never get the experience of seeing this movie for the first time again, and there is nothing like seeing this movie for the first time, I still love to see it. The Descent, again, nothing like seeing that movie for the first time. It is absolutely spectacular. Veronica, don't let the foreign language get you down. Don't let the slow burn get you down. That movie is spectacular. Is it so scary that you can't finish it? No, as it's been touted by people, it's not that scary, but it is great. The Sixth Sense, again, one of those movies that after you've seen it for the first time, it's never the same, still perfectly crafted. And again, Toni Collette. She will be popping up in my nightmares for the rest of my life. Oculus, another Mike Flanagan vehicle. Absolutely spectacular. So creative, so interesting, so different from anything I've ever seen. So cool in the way that it messes with time and everything. I mean, the guy did Hill House, for crying out loud. Like, he knows what he's doing when he talks about a family tragedy drama situation. Plus that ending, are you fucking kidding me? And number 1, The Exorcist. This 1973 adaptation of the novel by the same name is considered one of the best horror movies of all time. I have to say I agree. Plot, 10 out of 10. 12-year-old Reagan McNeil becomes possessed by a demon, and her mother enlists the help of young priest Damien Karras to help her. Boom. Scares, 10 out of 10. The spider crawl, down the stairs, goodbye. Atmosphere, 10 out of 10. The chilly fall Georgetown setting juxtaposed with the warm, full feeling of the McNeil home is intensified as Reagan's room becomes colder and colder with the physical presence of evil. Overall, 10 out of 10. Don't pretend like you don't understand why this movie is perfect. And that's all I got for you guys this week. I hope you enjoyed this video. I make new videos every single Wednesday. I will see you next Wednesday with something super fun and Halloween-y. Yes, I did change my shirt because I was getting really freaking hot between filming the intro and filming this outro. I will see you guys next Wednesday. Bye!